Hello, our favorite humans. Welcome to Bronx Tales with your host, Bronxy B, and me. I am Logan. Thank you for being here. As you know, the Dylan Mortensen interview, if you even want to call it that, was released yesterday, and we are going to talk about it.
So I think that somebody might have said something that you said. I think it maybe it was. Did you have, or in the recent history, have anybody that you thought might have been stalking you, or that was just acting weird?
No, but me and Ben were talking. Remember about a month ago, I think one of the police officers that Kayla was outside taking Murphy out, and she saw a shadow.
Yep. Okay.
And then when Kitty was at Winco, Xander was in the car. She noticed this guy was following her. She got what she was getting, put it in the car, and she could see in her mirror that the guy was behind her in the car.
Okay. So
obviously he was trying to follow her. And then that was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then about a week ago, our door is broken, but me, Maddie, and Ben came home and the door is wide open. And obviously, yes, the door is broken, but that could also be something else as well.
With the front door?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever find the back slider open or anything? Is that usually locked? What's the condition of that?
We're pretty good at locking it.
I
don't think we locked it last night.
And it sounds like the code is fairly well known to the front door by people.
Only people that know us. Random people would not know, but
okay. Right.
Yeah.
Because he said he knew it.
Yeah, he does.
Obviously knew it because it sounded like she was going to move in with you guys, possibly. Doesn't sound like he knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did Kaylee ever say anything or report that weirdness to anybody else other than you guys?
No, because you can't. There's no proof, Right. I can't really do anything about it, and people are just weird sometimes. We didn't obviously we were scared for a little bit. We didn't think much about it after that because there's nothing really weird after that.
Did she see what kind of car it was that he was driving? Nothing like that?
Mm-hmm.
Where did Kaylee work?
She worked at home for a business, I believe.
Okay.
I can't remember what exactly it is.
So she was just she works from her apartment? From her room? Okay. What about Maddie and Zana? Where did they work?
Maddie and Zana both worked at Mad Greek, and then Maddie also had a paid internship through this business as well that was online at home.
Who would know what that business is? How would I be able to figure that out?
You might know.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called. There's because they were business majors, and through their majors they were able to get these jobs.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I told me about Kaylee talking about something like that.
Yeah.
And then I heard that it was possibly you. So I just wanted to make sure that I got the right person having those kind of things.
First, I want to point out, obviously, there's no timestamp, so we have no idea when this actually took place. We know it's on the 13th of November, the day of the actual crime. Other than that, no clue what time it is, and also I can only suspect that this is a second type of questioning, and that there was questioning of her before this. At least I hope so, because there's no possible way this is the questioning from Mowry to Dylan after the crime. It is a 5-minute interview. I don't even want to call it an interview because it's definitely not that. But I can't help but think maybe something came before this and we're just not getting that yet. At least I hope so anyway.
Did you hear Murphy barking or doing anything?
Yes, he was barking a lot.
Throughout the night, or?
When I heard Kaylee go upstairs, he was barking a lot, and then I could tell that he was outside. I don't know how the police found him because he wasn't in the house.
Okay.
But he has a puppy, he barks, but he was barking a lot if there was someone there.
And that was at 1:32, or was that around 4?
4 when everything happened.
And when he was barking, when you first heard him on barking after she was up there playing, did you hear him go outside, or did you start outside?
Murphy was with Kaylee when they were like dancing. They walked upstairs. He was still with her. And then when she would yell, "Someone's here," he started barking in the house. And then I believe the slider door was open, and I think he went out that way because I could tell like the sound of his barking was getting like more distant.
So first, Dylan says that she heard Kaylee and Murphy dancing in the living room, and then Kaylee goes upstairs with Murphy, and that's when Murphy starts barking. So again, if Kaylee and Murphy were on the second floor in the living room dancing, there's no way the perpetrator came in through the sliding door, as they would have to pass Kaylee and Murphy. So again, Kaylee and Murphy went upstairs. Murphy started barking. Kaylee screams and says, "There's somebody here." Perpetrator was already on the third floor. Dylan then states she doesn't know how the police found Murphy because he was barking outside and it sounded like he was getting further and further away. But Murphy was definitely barking outside, and she didn't know how the police found him, which means she looked around the house for him. She said she couldn't find him, which means she looked. She looked around the house for him after the perpetrator left. She knew. To that, I also want to say, so she knew Murphy was outside barking and she looked for him inside the house and then went down to Bethany's room and did nothing to find Murphy, knowing he was lost outside? What a crappy person. I also want to state, if she knows Murphy went upstairs with Kaylee and then ended up outside, at what point did Murphy come back downstairs? She doesn't mention that at all. I also want to point out, although we don't know what time this interview is, we do know it is the day of the crime. And I just want to say that it's interesting to me that Dylan in this interview doesn't have any emotions at all. Why? Because all those people and officers are standing outside to watch your show, your pretend emotions. Because now when you're alone, you don't have any.
Do you think that Murphy would have went after him, whoever he was?
Maybe, but I mean, he's a puppy. He doesn't fully know that yet.
No, he would just be, if anything, probably playing with him.
Yeah, I don't know.
When the guy in black left, did he close the slider or did he leave it open?
I don't know. I just ran downstairs.
Perfect. Okay.
She also says she believes the side door was open and that's how Murphy got out and ran away. How would she know that? How would she know at that time that the side door was open and that's how Murphy got out? Unless she saw it. And just for reference, she can't see the door, the slider door, from her bedroom. Not even just stepping right out. She has to actually walk into the kitchen to see the slider door. Mallory then asks if she believes Murphy would chase the intruder, and that's why he went outside. And Dylan's response is, well, he's just a puppy, so he probably wouldn't know to do that yet. Well, you just said he was barking like crazy at an intruder. What do you mean? That's saying that he can't sense danger because he's a puppy. Well, he was just barking like crazy at the intruder, so obviously he can. What a ding-dong thing to say. Mallory then asks her if the intruder closed the door when he left. Specifically, he says, did the man in black close the door when he left? Dylan says, I don't know. I just ran downstairs. So she didn't lock herself in her room like she said. She didn't make all those phone calls like she said. She didn't have contact with Bethany like she said. No frozen shock face. Well, then wouldn't that mean that all those messages and stuff were staged? If she just ran down the stairs after he left, just like she said, then that would have all been untrue.
Okay, anything else that popped up?
No.
All right, I'm going to go talk to my guys who've done other interviews and see if anybody's got questions so that we can kind of start putting more pieces together.
And then Maury just ends the interview. Like, that's it. That's it. He didn't get any details, no questions, no pinning her to any sort of time frames, nothing. I don't even know how this man has this job because that is awful. But before I go, I do want to say as well, do you remember the text message from Bethany to Dylan when she said, "Come down here. It's better than being alone"? I just want to say, how did she know Dylan was alone? How did Bethany know that Dylan was the only one alive? And why didn't Dylan run to anybody else's room? Why just Bethany's? It's like she knew, right? That's it, you guys. Do something nice for yourself. Be kind, but more importantly, be kind to your dog. Bye, guys.